Hi, this is the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Friday, April the 11th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the Trade Ideas Trading Room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in as a guest or use your Facebook or your Twitter account to log in. Well, let's get right to the SPY as we have done all week. This purple line here is where the SPY closed yesterday, and so when we awoke this morning, it was already in a decline. It opened lower, looked like it was even going to go lower. We had a bit of a bounce, and then that got sold off. But then we had a really nice rally, and a little bit of a shakeout here. And then when it popped over the close of yesterday, I think a lot of people probably thought that maybe we'd actually experience a positive SPY today. But it was not to be. Broke down right here, and then it's basically been a slow decline. A couple little jogs up, and these little jogs up helped us in our bounce plays today. Certainly, the this jog up here helped us in our bounce plays, but right here is when it really all fell apart, and there was no way you could have any bounce plays or really try to go long in anything. I mean, unless it was a pure guess. So let me um, let me bring out the first. I actually did four trades today, and they were all longs. I was able to find four long plays. Again, nothing spectacular, but again, in a market like this, you take what you can get. So let me show you the first one. And this is kind of I don't want to call this a strategy so much, but I put this together last night. And basically, I was looking for stocks where the volume was at least twice as great as it was yesterday. Yesterday's volume was twice as great as yesterday's volume with a minimum. And I've sorted it. This U11, I've had to create, I'll show you in a second here. I had to create just a really simple custom formula. And it was this U11 that is in this column. And I've sorted on this. So what this means here is that WRD is approximately 65 times the volume it had yesterday. And this is a bio. ZIGO was a bio and it was 28 times. So I've sorted it on this particular column. And in order to do that, this is the custom filter. Hopefully this is large enough. Let me just make it a little bit bigger perhaps. And all this is the TV. So it's a bracket TV, which is total volume today, divided by volume underscore P, which is the volume yesterday. So obviously that's going to give you a ratio. And what I did was if I just show you the actual top list and what I put in it. I was looking for stocks where the price was at least $10. The volume today had to be at least 300,000, and this U11, this means that the volume today is at least twice as large as the volume yesterday. So just trying to catch stocks that were either having increasing volume, maybe even yesterday. What I might even add is something that shows yesterday what was abnormal volume, and then today is also abnormal to that. So that would be like 2 days in a row. But at any rate, I'm glad I did it because I found one stock on it, AJG, which I did not see on any of the other alerts that I had. And so if you look at this one, um, what I waited for, now this list is pretty full right now, but at the beginning of the day there were very few in here. So ALG, AG, sorry, AJG really stood out. And I got in at 44.07 and I sold half at 44.28 and the other half at 44.25. Again, nothing spectacular, but again, on a day where everybody's jittery about going long, I would think anyway. So very happy to take that one. Now you can see that it really took off towards the end of the day, or not towards the end of the day. This is about noon, and is still Now the market is still open as I'm doing this, so you can see it has really dropped along with the rest of the market. But happy to take some profit on a long on a day like today. The second trade I did was VeriSign, VRSN, and again, VeriSign was one of the bounce plays. And the if I think if I can show it here, the SPY. Yeah, you can see right here, the SPY is on an uptrend right here. And so when I took VRSN, I was alerted to it in my bounce alerts. And so I took the trade right here at 49.16, and I sold half at 49.32 and the other half at 49.43. And you can see that right here, the SPY is going up. So that was helping the trade. If I showed you the other trade, you would see the same thing. The SPY was going up, I think it was around this area right here. So, it needed the SPY for sure to be helping, or the market to be helping on the bounce plays today, just like any other bounce play, quite frankly. But on a day where, the day after we had carnage, people are really, really obviously, I mean, myself included, very reluctant to get into anything long, trusting a bounce. Are there going to be any buyers coming in to help me once I'm in? But the SPY was acting not too badly at certain portions of the day for these bounce plays. The third one I did was BKD, the same thing. Now you can see here, beautiful. I was watching this and I was telling people I was going to take this if it, if the market helped. Now the market was going down here, and hence you can see all these 2-minute red candles going down. But again, we had this little jog here, and so I got into the trade at 31.18. And this actually held pretty well. I mean, the market went up when I got in, and then it slid down, but then it kind of solidified, or was going sideways for a while. And meanwhile, Brookdale was on the move up, and so I was able to get rid of half at 31.44 and the other half at 31.49. Again, not wanting to hang around too long on a day where the market is still down and people are jittery. But that's a nice little return. 31.18 to these levels is a pretty good return. And the last one I did was Prudential, and that worked out. I mean, I had told the room again that I was going to be looking at this if it popped over. Actually, I said 7803 or 7802 to 7803. So you can see I was alerted to it in my bounce plays. I was starting to watch it right here. The market was kind of going down, but then as it started to pick up a little bit, I got into it and I took the trade at 7803, and immediately it went up to this level, and I sold. I basically sold here, and yeah, there at this point, even though the market was still trying to go up, but it looked once I got this red candle here and this one here, I thought, okay, that's enough. Just can't trust the market, on a day where it's down and people are still jittery. So, I mean, was it a fantastic trade? Only in that it happened almost within a minute that I was in and out. So that was really good. And as somebody in the room pointed out, this is good practice for in the summer when things are really slow, and you're probably going to have to take a lot more scalp type trades like this when the market is slow, unless you get into that true alpha stock that is really moving on its own. So that was it, and I'm glad this week is over. Who knows what next week is going to bring us, but we survived. At least I survived to fight another week. So let's hope that maybe the market at least stabilizes a little bit and starts maybe a bit of an uptrend. I say that it's easier to make money when the market's going up. I mean, people are a little more euphoric. They like to get into. They like to support the market. People, a lot of people have a real negativity to shorting the market, and I understand that. I mean, I have no problem, but it's also, and when people say to me, well, you must have made a killing today. The market was down. You must have shorted everything. The problem is, as I see it so far, is that we're still, in essence, in a bull market, and so yeah, the market goes down, but it's not. But people are maybe looking to buy a few of these little bounces. So the market is not going consistently down in the stocks that I'm looking at anyway, until we get into a true bear trend or bear market where then people are just there's nobody left to really to pick up the bounces. Then then it's great to start short it. You can almost short anything. It's just the real reverse of the bull market, where you could just about buy anything in a bull market and it's going up. So, but I don't think we're there right now. So that's why, it's not just as easy to say, well, just short everything, because, there are these little bounces that take you out. And, if you're obeying your stops, you get taken out. At any rate, next week is next week, and who knows what it'll bring, but I just want to bring back the cover page again. Here's how to get into the room. Really hope to see you in the room next week. You can log in as a guest or use your Facebook or your Twitter account. And good trading to you on Monday.